That's you.
We are live. Oh, cue. All right. Let's just apologize in advance. Welcome in to Pickup Lines, ladies and gentlemen. This is, for the moment, the talk show in a car. I'm Ernie Zuniga. And as you can see, somebody put a little Kahlua in their coffee this morning. I have a couple of my military friends. Dina Boley in the front, Richard Delgado in the back, representing the United States Army, the United States Marines. And collectively, they are, look, and they even brought their flags and everything. Yes, go Army, go Marines. They're representing Celebrate America's Military, which is an event that's getting underway here fittingly in San Antonio, coming up very soon. Here's the thing. Both of them have been on Pickup Lines separately, right? And were great and entertaining. Together, I'm slightly nervous because the two of you...
I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't worry, we'll be fine.
Nothing to worry here. Okay, let me start with Dina. Ladies first. We're actually here at the brand new Cavender Grande Ford location because what I'm trying to say is you guys are one of the title sponsors for this. Celebrate America's Military is starting later on this week, right? On Friday. Okay, so let's explain first of all. This has been around since 1970, 54 years. Been around a long time, longer than any of us. How would you explain what's going to happen and how people can get involved?
Well, it's open to the public, which is really exciting. And being here in Military City, USA, we have so many, and it's not just our Marines and our Army. We have all of our services here. It is a sea services year this year.
Yep.
And everybody can come. We start out with our 3 signature events that are intertwined during this 3-week celebration. And Friday is the dinner, Spirit of America dinner.
Yep.
Right.
Then we fall into the senior NCO reception, which is held here at Cavender's.
Right here. That's the second event.
The Cavender Grande Ford. And then the third event is Women in the Military Luncheon, which is held at SeaWorld by one of our other title sponsors.
So that'll be next week.
Yeah.
And you
1st,
two
5th, 7th.
will be at all of these things, and you'll be providing vehicles and other things for that. But there can only be one chair, and the chair for this, once again, is Richard Delgado. How long were you in the Marines, sir?
10 years.
Thank you for that. And you were in the Army for?
12.
12. Okay. So thank you for that as well. Explain this. You said you chaired this also last year?
Yeah, I had the fortunate honor.
What all goes into chairing something like this? Because this is a big endeavor.
It is. So being Military City, USA, I mean, it takes a large amount of time to orchestrate everything. So what the Greater San Antonio Chamber does is we have, our signature events where we have, these 3 amazing title sponsors, USA, SeaWorld San Antonio, and Cavender's.
Cavender Auto Group. Don't mistake us with the boot people.
Yeah, not the boot people.
Not the boots.
Not the
no.
boots.
Not the
No,
boots.
okay.
I think I need boots though. But anyways, so being chair, what my kind of charge is one, bringing community into all of this. So in addition to the 3 signature events, there's over 45 other events that we kind of orchestrate and ensure calendar cohesion. So for example, Veterans Day, there's always a slew of events.
Yes.
Some historic ones that happen, like at Fort Sam Houston National Cemetery, that we don't want others to come on top of that. So we help orchestrate and get with nonprofits to sync calendars. The other part is we also help getting other sponsors. So we're lucky enough and blessed enough to seal the deal. So we'll have these title sponsors locked on for the next 3 years, which is unheard of, right? And then we supplement that with other table sponsors and so forth at these events. So
I didn't realize this has been around for so long.
Yeah.
I mean, going back to 1970, and I guess the Greater San Antonio Chamber of Commerce essentially is the main sponsor, the ones that help put this on.
Yeah, they're the
going.
orchestrator.
Yeah.
Yep, they're the ones that got it
Orchestrating.
going and orchestrating and leading. So couldn't do this without the chamber staff and their support in orchestrating and providing the support.
And we have one of our fellow Army gentlemen, Brian Logan, that just took over as the Vice President of Military Affairs for this. So huge asset there. Excited to have him.
Very good.
Got to highlight Brian.
Very good. So the tagline is honoring the past, present, and future of our armed forces, all of the branches.
Right.
So how do you take that, Richard, that tagline and make it into a reality, something tangible over 3 weeks?
Yeah, so it's getting other branches involved. So as Dina mentioned at the beginning, this is a sea service year. So, our Marine Corps, our Navy, and our Coast Guard men and women, we highlight them this year. Last year was Army, we highlighted them. So every year we try to really orchestrate where you get to see a different side. So being, most people think this is an Army town or an Air Force town. There's a lot of Marines here. There's a lot of sailors here.
Everybody's here.
So everybody is here. So we want to make sure.
Space Force.
Space Force, yep.
The Guardians.
The Guardians. Yep. So it allows us to do some unique things.
I think some people forget too. I mean, it's Military City USA, and I mean, in terms of cyber defense, medical, all kinds of things. Can you just speak to why San Antonio has the title and can rightfully maintain the title of Military City USA? I mean, you worked in the military before you came over here,
right? I don't think it's because we have every service, because there's a lot of great cities, excuse me, that have every service out there. I think what makes Military City USA is because of the people that are here. That's truly what it is. It's the people, the community, the partnerships, the support. That's what makes Military City what it is. We have an overabundance of people that just come out to support, and vice versa. The military supports them and they come on and support us as well. So I think that's truly what makes Military City USA.
I know, Richard, in particular, you travel a lot. You were in Normandy not too long ago for the anniversary of D-Day, and I wonder if people in other parts of the world realize the significance of San Antonio as it relates to the military.
Yeah, to your point, Ernie, absolutely, I think so. I mean, with JBSA being the largest joint base in all of DOD and what we do here, I think, as Dina mentioned, what makes us unique is how we care for one another. Whether or not you were born and raised here, as you know, I wasn't born and raised here. Treatment sent me here, and I made it home, and I've been taken into the community. So I think that's what makes us different. Is the true melting pot of the world. Is you can see evident every day just walking around San Antonio.
Right.
So I think that's what makes us a little different, and there's no bias, even though people tend to think that one branch is better than the other. Of course, the Marine Corps is always out front, but
oh Lord,
I had a feeling you were going to say that.
So, but we do that internally. But I will tell you, something that we've seen firsthand is, regardless of what uniform we wear, what flag we hold, at the end of the day, it's about supporting one another and our families. And to me, that's what makes San Antonio unique. Whether or not you served in the military, it's just we look after our neighbors.
I feel like I've run into people who have served, especially toward retirement, and they've made the decision, they've left for whatever reason, and they've made the decision to come back and retire in San Antonio or come back and stay here long term.
Yep.
Because they really love, there's something about this place.
It's so unique.
Well, you had a senior leader that just retired. I won't mention names, but you had a senior leader. I'm sure he's.
I know who you're talking about. Yes.
That made San Antonio home, and we see it time and time again. You have former Joint Chiefs that have made San Antonio home.
Yes.
So, it's something about San Antonio that draws everybody here.
You both are several years, I don't know, a decade or so removed from your military career. Start with Dina first. As you think back on that time, what do you reflect on most about your time in the military, your time in the Army?
I think it's just the relationships I made. I had so many different jobs, and I was able to travel and see the world. But it's the relationships I made. I mean, some of my clothes. Well,
I knew this was coming.
Here we go.
Uh-oh.
Way to go, Ernie. We're doing well.
We're doing so well right now.
Okay.
He's making me laugh. Stop it. No, I have made some close relationships that I've been with for 20 years. And then newer ones where, I have somebody like Richard in the back seat, who I've known for a little less than 2 years. He's like a brother to me, and I like his wife so much better. But,
Natasha's pretty good too, and she also
amazing,
served, by the way.
Kids,
Yes.
So that's what I take with me from the military.
Would you echo the same thing?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, whether or not you wore the uniform and served in a side by side while in uniform. I think that draw to one another, because here in the city, you know who's worn the cloth, but you also can tell really, really quickly who supports those that have worn the cloth. And to me, there is no difference. Just because you don't wear a uniform doesn't make you any less or any more than somebody else. So I've kind of taken that as a whole, and you know, we build relationships very, very quickly, and they're strong relationships. So yeah.
Indeed. All right, we continue on here with Dina Boley, Richard Delgado on behalf of Celebrate America's Military, getting underway on Friday. The website is celebrateamericasmilitary.com. All of the events and the kind of the timeline, a little bit of the history, it's all there. Is there a specific event or something you're looking forward to?
Oh, I love going around to all the events. I think every one of them's really unique. I love the day that we get to see, the Barron County soldiers do their stuff. I love when we get to go on to JBSA. I love the Women in the Military Luncheon. I think that's always a one that kind of hits home to me, obviously.
Sure.
But I think all the events are great. I love going around the city.
Is there an updated number on the percentage of women in the military? I mean, is it getting more?
Yeah, I haven't. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's one we owe you a deal out on that one.
Okay,
we have to get back. Next third podcast we do with
I
you.
will say Texas is now we have the largest number of veterans, and we've owned the largest number of women veterans for a very long time, for several years. We just surpassed California earlier this year with the most number of veterans that reside in the state of Texas.
Did not know that.
So yeah,
very good.
The encyclopedia.
He is the encyclopedia, yes. Ricardo Delgado. Yes, exactly. As it relates to issues, I'm not military. I'm not really from a military family, so I want to know from your seat, from your perspective, issues that impact veterans today that maybe don't get enough attention or press or whatever. Is there anything specific that you would speak to as it relates to that right now?
I do have some things that I would say. I don't necessarily know if I want to communicate them. I think our veterans, I think the people that need the attention right now are some of the ones going through the hardships through VA medical system, things like that. And I'll probably...
No, that's fine. I mean, you hear things about like mental health and resources.
Suicide awareness.
Those kinds of things. And I just wanted to ask... If there's something.
I'll add one that I've been very vocal about. So for the first time, the SecDef finally issued a memorandum about food insecurity.
Secretary of Defense.
Secretary of Defense. Yeah. Yep. Finally issued. I won't say finally, but issued a memorandum about food insecurity within our military, because there's a thought that just because you wear the cloth, everything is provided for you. And that's not the case, right? So, our junior enlisted that have families, and even now we're noticing even officers are running into an issue about putting food on the table. Mm-hmm. So those are the things that I think, highlight, because at the end of the day, they need to eat just as everybody else. So there is a issue within the ranks that DOD is trying to help solve.
That's an interesting point, because that is something that had not occurred to me. I've heard about education all the time, where the military provides their education, those kinds of things, and I could see where some people might think, oh yeah, well they're taken care of for life and it's all good, but not the case necessarily.
Yep.
No.
Okay. In your immediate planning here, your 2-3 days until Celebrate America's Military kicks off, what will you be doing between now and Friday?
Sleeping. No,
I'm interrupting. We're interrupting
right
his nap right now, as a matter of fact.
No, I mean, for being chair is just going over the finite details, right? I mean, you being an MC and you going to a lot of events right now.
Yes.
We have, the planning is done. Now we solidify the run of shows, who's saying what, getting our speakers to stay within a allotted time because we don't want to be there all night. Things like that.
Yeah, that's very difficult to do.
It is, we'll finish up this week in preparations for Friday's big event. So we are lucky enough to have Ryan Mannion come down. She's the CEO of the Travis Mannion Foundation. Come down. So she lost her brother. So we're in for a good show.
Hey, we have Uber for Rob.
Oh, come on in.
I'm Ernie, your driver.
Oh, look who's here.
Look who's
here.
here.
Rob Cavender is in the house here. Let me give you a little more microphone.
Hi, everybody.
How are you, sir?
Good.
Good to see
Happy
you.
to be with y'all.
No, well, I hope you don't mind us parking a Lexus here in front of your beautiful new place. And
That's
everything.
all right.
But we're here in this.
We need to highlight the place a little bit more.
Well, we're here in the spirit of the military, and we've been bragging on Dina and everything. And I guess you could speak to your decision to celebrate something like this, to sponsor something like this.
Yeah.
Rob, come on here. Let me get you to lean in a little
Sure,
bit here.
sure.
We're all family.
I love
Talk about just kind of aligning with this, and I mean your logo is going to be all over the cars and everything here.
There we go.
I guess quite literally. So tell us about that partnership.
Yeah, so, it's something we've wanted to lean into more in San Antonio for a long time. And we're here in Military City, USA. It's such a huge part of our community, something we've always wanted to support more. And now having Dina on our team with her huge background in the military, it's given us an opportunity to get more involved with the military, get involved with CAM, which is, basically like the fiesta for military of San Antonio. And it's such
I like that.
a huge
Metaphor
event,
there. Okay.
such a big opportunity. And the fact that we get to be a titled sponsor is impactful for us, and we're just excited to be a part of it.
Right, and CAM is the acronym for Celebrate America's Military. Will you be going to some of the events, you think?
Of course.
Yeah? Okay.
Absolutely. Dina's got a whole schedule for me that we're going over later today. She's probably had me at more time out of the office and in office for that week, but that's what it's all about, and we're really excited to be out at all these events.
It must be rewarding, because obviously you're in the car business, but this kind of breaks up the monotony, and you get to do something nice and celebrate the military. Quite literally celebrate the military.
100%.
Yeah, very good.
Well, that's because we support the military so much. We run our new Cavender commitment, which is something that we're pushing out too. And we just formed a partnership with JBSA. So Cavender Auto Group is super excited to be part of the military now and getting well versed in all that area.
So how many vehicles does this involve with your commitment to CAM?
So we're placing just different vehicles around the city for various events, but then we're also have about 3 or 4 vehicles that will be hauling people around, to include the CAM chair back here. And he gets one of these cool magnets on his car.
Nice.
So we're putting that all over. But it's not really about that. It's about being there and supporting the military and whatnot.
Rob, can you remind me, because I know the Cavender family is big in San Antonio and it numbers many family members.
Sure.
Is there military in the Cavender family?
No. Maybe a couple generations ago, but we haven't had one in a while.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not either, which is why I asked, because I'm learning a lot of stuff through these two. When they're not cutting up and everything, I mean, I'm learning a few things and everything.
Yeah,
but,
I went to a military academy growing up, San Antonio Academy, so a lot of respect for the military, but we're here to honor the military, other members.
That's awesome. CelebrateAmericasMilitary.com is the website. Again, and the Cavender Auto Group, one of the title sponsors. You said SeaWorld, is it USAA?
And Cavender Auto Group.
And so the big three there. And this, we got the chair in here, we got a title sponsor in here.
I just keep those two in line.
You just keep
their
them
calendars. That's it.
Their chaperone is right here. All right.
Doing their calendars.
Have we left anything out? Anything else you'd like everybody to know? Military, civilian, just about what's going to be happening, Richard?
Yeah, what I'd say is hit the website. There's still plenty of opportunities to get involved. And again, we couldn't do it without title sponsors. So at the end of the day, it is up to you to get involved. So here's your invitation. If you wanted that formal invitation, here it is. Please join us. There's a lot of free events too. So there are some events that do charge, like Spirit of America dinner. But for the military, it's free. So due to our amazing sponsors, we're able to provide those for free to our active duty. So thank you on behalf of our chamber and as chair. So again, formal invite. If you want to be involved, here's your chance. Hit the website. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to Ernie. He has all the answers.
Sure, then I'll just forward them to Dina. That's exactly what I'll do. CelebrateAmericasMilitary.com is the website. One more time, it gets underway on Friday. Just drop Richard and Dina's name at the door, and you'll be good to go wherever you are. Thank you all very much. you guys were well behaved and did very well.
Well, we tried.
Represented the Army and the
this
Marines
looked a lot
well.
different in our head. You know, Richard was supposed to pop out from the trunk and climb over the seat, and we had, you know, this episode up in my
we're
office.
going to repel in. We haven't had somebody
yeah,
repel in.
No, not yet.
Come in
No.
there,
No.
you know.
No, Lee, come on in. No.
Don't tell him. He'll be here in a second. He'll be here in a hot second. Right now.
Rob, thank you for popping in. Appreciate your support and everything as well.
We got to take him to his next meeting, and you got to.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, let me turn this off then. There's another episode of Pickup Lines. We'll be back again very soon. You literally just never know who's going to come in the car or what's going to happen. I can't even script this stuff. But thanks for joining us. One more time, CelebrateAmericasMilitary.com. We'll see you again very soon. Have a great day.